Hi guys, it's Shane here again at Isle of Wight Bushcraft. This time out I'd like to show you another Isle of Wight Bushcraft idea, the utility line. I'll show you how to make it and what it's used for, so stay tuned. So as I said at the outset, guys, this is another idea that I thought would be very useful, the utility line. You'll notice that along its length there are loops for hanging stuff, and what I'll do is I'll show you how to put one together, and I'll show you the benefits of having one of these on the inside of your tarp. Very useful. So to begin with, folks, I'll just show you the materials that we need. First of all, we need some shock cord, and this is DD zone that I'm using. And also we need some thinner, lightweight cordage for our loops. And two lightweight carabiners. They don't have to be too strong, there's not going to be an awful lot of stress on them. These are perfectly adequate. They're only cheap. So let's put it together. So the first thing we do is take our shock cord, and just a simple knot. I'm going to use a blood knot actually for this, which all you fishermen will know what I'm talking about, and attach one end of the shock cord to our first carabiner. Now what we do is take our shock cord and our carabiner onto the end that we've tied it, and we attach it to the underside of our ridge loop. And Isle of Wight Jeff reminded me of these loops on the DD tarp, so I did forget that they actually come quite a way inside under the tarp. They extend about probably an inch and a quarter. So you can attach things to these loops underneath the tarp, which I'd completely forgotten about actually. So I thought, well, how can I utilise that? So this is the idea. So thanks for reminding me about that, Jeff. So that's what we do, and there we go. That's our carabiner attached to the underside of our loop. What we do now is we pull this taut to take our measurement to the other end of the tarp, and that's when we'll now just allow about 3 or 4 inches excess to allow for our knot, and then we'll attach the carabiner to the other end. So what we can do now, folks, now that we've cut our shock cord to length, we can now attach our other carabiner to this end of the shock cord, again just using a simple blood knot, but that's just the knot I choose to use. You may choose something different. So there we are, that's our shock cord measured. Now what we need to do is to tie our loops to attach to our line. So I just tie a simple overhand knot, and there we go, that's one loop. And a good thing about this is you can tie as many as these as you care to. I'm going to run about 10 on eventually. I'm just going to put a few on for the moment, but I'll show you why. You can have as many, or the benefit of having many loops on the utility line, you'll see that in a moment. So tie a few more and we'll attach them to our line. So now that we have our loops tied, we now attach them to our utility line. So there we are, we'll attach our loops to our utility line just once through itself, really, similar to a prusik. I wouldn't call it a full prusik knot, and that's it, simple as that. So there we are, there's our loops attached to our line, and you can slide these are not permanent, you can slide these up and down depending on where you want to place your bits and pieces, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. So let's attach this end now to the other end of our tarp. There you can see our loops, and these can be moved along to wherever you want them, but and there's another benefit for these which I'm going to show you now. So what we can do now is we can just attach a loop, a small loop of shock cord, to our middle tab on our bug net spreader bar, and in that we can attach to our loop on our utility line, which does make for a really useful hang on our bug net. All we need to do to secure it is just put a little toggle in through the loop, simple as that. Then all we do is just slide our loop along the line a little bit, and again, just like a prusik, and look at that, it really does give a really good shape to the bug net. Really does work well, this. Now these other loops, this is why I call it a utility line, these other loops can be now utilised. So obviously you don't want these our bits and pieces hanging over the top of the hammock, but I don't know about you guys, but I do really like a tidy camp. So again, we just use one loop. There we go, I can just put a little toggle. Well, you could get little hooks, but I find the toggle's easy enough. There we go. There's my Highlander saw out of the way, and I can, as I say, have multiple loops here and hang what I like on there. It keeps everything off the ground, and to hand, because this way if it's all hanging up nice and neat and tidy, you don't lose nothing. And there we are. I've got my axe up there now, my dry bag with my valuables in, my saw, and like I say, you can put just as much stuff down the other end, and it does make for a really nice, neat, tidy camp. Just a word of caution: when you're measuring out your shock cord for the utility line that you're going to make, just make sure that you really do pull it nice and taut. If it's too slack, you know, obviously it's not good. You don't want it too slack. Put it really taut. But I find that this works really. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this idea. It does work really well. And there we are, guys. I can hang my jacket, even my rucksack, and my bits and pieces bag. Can even hang my knife up there, and I've still got some loops to spare. And there's some other bits and pieces the other end as well. So it's a great little addition to any tarp setup. Really useful for keeping your stuff off of the ground, out of the wet, and to keep them to hand, you know exactly where they are. As I said before, it does make for a nice, clean, tidy, organised camp, which makes the camp more enjoyable, I think. So I've got all my bits and pieces hung up on the utility line, folks. So let's see how it performs now with me in the hammock. I don't know if you can see this, chaps, but the bug net it's actually the best I've ever had it. It feels so open inside, and you're getting the full amount of room that you can from the bug net. This is a great way to hang the bug net right above you on this utility line. Fantastic. Really pleased with this, guys. Give it a try, seriously. Well, that works really well, chaps. One thing I just would say is when you're using this system, just make sure that your guys on your tarp are really taut, because I noticed that when I lay in the hammock, it does, because you've got the utility attached, it does pull on the ridge of the hammock, the tarp just a little. But providing your guys are nice and taut, then the tarp does keep its shape. So there we are. I'm really pleased with it, and I hope you are, guys, when you try it out. So well, there we are, guys. That's another innovative idea from IOWBC Bushcraft. Hope you like it. Give it a try and see what you think. So that's all from me this time, folks. Hope to see you again on the next video, and please like, share and subscribe if you've a mind to. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys, and see you next time. Take care.